But yeah, I wanted to get into instrumentation. You know, one of the things that most definitely stood out to me is your expansion and your creativity and instrumentation, even to the point where, you know, you do different things with your hands. I seen you make sounds off your chest, your mouth, like it's no limit. So talk about how that came about, and you know, what's your favorite instrument? And
my favorite instrument, I'm gonna answer that question backwards. I don't think I have a favorite. My favorite instrument is how all the instruments go together. You know, when you find that combination of sounds. I play all the instruments, but I'm always arranging. And I think it really comes from an environment where I didn't really have anybody else around me. You know, I learned how to produce music. I'm always hearing sounds. Even from a kid, I'm just making sounds and, you know, listening to music. I always listen to bass lines. I might not even know the lyrics of a song. It could be a terrible song lyrically, but I'm just grooving with the orchestration and the atmosphere. And that was my ear. That was like my background. So playing live, growing up banging on stuff, doing all through the first grade, second, third, I was doing horses, you know, on the desk. And I would always do it quietly. I was a very reserved kid, very polite. And the teachers loved me, but I had my little things that I would do sometimes. And I got very good at it, but I never thought there was any application for this, any use for it. You know, I didn't think there was any to do it just with your fingers, you know. Until I got into music production, this became a way to mimic what a drummer is doing. You know, so if you're doing a reggae thing like all that, what I just did is just a snare, kick, drum, bass, you know, and I'm humming. When I was recording at the early recordings on 4-track and cassette, it takes that kind of sound and it fattens it. And so it was very easy to get these rich sounds very quick, you know, record, write lyrics, and come out of my bedroom, drive to work listening to cassettes, and I'd hit my coworkers with this stuff, hit family, and they was, wow, you know, how you get all those people on? And I'm like, it's all me. And that was thrilling to me. You know, sometimes just riding across town with literally my big boombox at a red light, my windows down, and somebody says, hey, what that you listening to? It's me. You know? And I love that. And that was how I got confidence to realize, oh, people like this. You know, people like this sound. I think I could probably write more songs, get better at what I'm doing. It sort of gave me a direction of what I wanted to do, how I wanted it to hit. You know, just literally listening and visualizing, what does this look like? You know, what does this look like? You know, if this was on a stage presentation, what is this instrument? What is going on? And I got very vivid pictures of what Dubshak looks like. You know, and I use Dubshak kind of like an umbrella term. It was like a record label. It's Dubshak International. The first records were released under that name, Dubshak International, through a Reggae Report magazine out of Miami. Spiritual Corn and Willow comes out, and that was what started to connect me with people in other regions, other countries. The first record sold to someone in Australia. Douglas Ward was his name. I still got the souvenir check. I never cashed a check. The next order comes from a guy in prison. And the funny thing about this, I was using my home address. You know, my dad goes, you using our address and you selling records? And somebody in prison got our address? And what if you don't send them the record? They're gonna show up and be mad they didn't get there. So all that was stuff. So we had to change the address to a P.O. box. This is before the days of downloading. We're pretty much getting into selling CDs out of the trunk and stuff like that. So You know, just growth. Just growth as an artist, learning the craft, learning the industry, you know, and I love it. And I love being hands-on. You know, I studied what the record labels do, how they would craft the marketing of an artist, you know, what colors to use, and, you know, yeah, all of that. I love being involved with that because you can get so many ideas to do something fresh, you know, just real fresh.